Hello, Vivekians. Welcome back to the sixth day of School from Home program. I hope you all are doing good. Here is a Chandni ma'am with your next work of SST. So, students, before starting today's work, first of all, let's take a recap that we have studied in previous video. Students, in previous video, you have studied about our non-material heritage in which students of early time were taught by their teachers orally and puppeteers, storytellers and other craftsmen have kept their skills alive by teaching them to their next generation orally. Okay students, now let's start today's work. Open your course book, page number 21, write down the date first of all. Today we will study about the topic performing arts. Now I'm going to read this para. Listen to me everyone carefully. Dance, music and drama are called performing arts. They are a part of our non-material heritage. Here, performing arts include dance, music and drama, and all these are a parts of our non-material heritage. In India, Nitya Shastra is the oldest text on performing arts written by sage Bharat almost 2500 years ago. Till today, most performing arts in India follow the rules written in Nitya Shastra. Now, I am going to tell you about a book that name is Nitya Shastra, which is the oldest text on performing arts and it is written by sage Bharat almost 2500 years ago. Till today, most performing arts in India are following the rules written in this book in India. First type of performing arts is dance. Most parts of India have their own dance forms. The dance forms in India can be divided into two main types, classical and folk. There are different types of dances in different parts of India and dance forms divided into two types, that is classical dance and second one is folk dance. Most of the classical dances of India were used as a form of worship in temples of different parts of India. So they have religious themes. जो हमारे क्लासिकल डांसेस हैं इंडिया के मोस्टली उनको यूज़ किया गया है एज अ फॉर्म ऑफ वर्शिप इन टेम्पल्स और वो भी इंडिया के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में सो दैट्स वाई दे हैव देयर ओन रिलीजियस थीम्स. The main classical dance forms of India are Odissi, Manipuri, Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak and Kathakali. Here, Odissi, Manipuri, Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak and Kathakali are the main classical dance forms of India. The classical music and dance have been passed on in the Guru Shishya tradition. This means that the knowledge of music and dance is passed on from the teacher to students. It means जो knowledge है हमारी music और dance की वो जो है pass on की जाती है from teacher to student. Folks and tribal dances are performed on happy occasions like festivals, weddings, births, and harvesting of crops. There are many examples of this type of dance, but here are two examples as you can see in these two figures. Students, as you can see in figure number 15 that here Rajasthani dancers are performing Ghumar and Ghumar is the famous folk dance of Rajasthan. And in figure number 16, here Gonds are performing tribal dance during their religious festival. The next part of performing arts is drama. The artists of Indian folk theatre have interpreted the stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata since many generations. It means from many generations, the artists of Indian folk theatre they have interpreted so many stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Folk theatre is known by different names such as Notanki in North India, Tamasha in Maharashtra, and Jatra in Bengal. Here, it means that folk theatre is also known by different names such as in North India it is called like Notanki, in Maharashtra it is called Tamasha, and in Bengal it is called like Jatra. Next is music. Classical music which developed in the North India is known as the Hindustani music and the form of classical music which developed in South India is called Carnatic music. Here in North India, classical music is known as Hindustani music and in South India, classical music is known as Carnatic music. As you can see in figure number 17 that a Hindustani classical singer playing harmonium, she is accompanied by musicians playing sitar and tabla, which are the popular musical instruments of Hindustani music. It means that here a Hindustani classical singer plays playing harmonium and she is accompanied by two magicians, those who are playing sitar and tabla, and these are the popular musical instruments of Hindustani music. And in figure number 18, you can see that Carnatic classical musicians are playing Nandaswaram, violin, and mridangam, which are the popular Carnatic musical instruments. Here, both Hindustani and Carnatic music are based on rags, and they are different in style also. And here, each Indian classical musician belongs to a particular school of music which is known as Gharana. This is all for today, but there are some instructions for you. If you don't have book or fair notebook, maintain your work in any notebook which is available at your home. Image of each and every page is being provided to you. Do your work neatly and according to the pattern. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.